here for the Mickey Mouse belt.
But you want the fight, of course.
Yeah, of course. But you know, if he really wants to fight, then he can get the fight. All you gotta do is, you know, tell Gervonta, hey, listen, y'all dropping this belt. I want to fight for the real belt, and the fight can be made.
Yeah. So, as it's shown in that clip, Devin Haney continues to call out Gervonta Davis to fight him, saying that he can drop the fake belt, which is basically the WBA regular belt, a secondary title created by the WBA for sanctioning fees. You know, the WBA is corrupt. They have been trying to unify these titles of recent, and if that was to happen, you know, Tanky drops his fake belt, and he becomes a mandatory for Devin Haney. The fight can definitely happen. It would be a mandatory fight. I would definitely see it happen though, because these two are some of the most skilled boxers in the division, and we know both of their fans are, you know, claiming that this dude's the best, and that dude's the best. Even though Devin Haney is clearly the top guy, being the undisputed champion, there's still doubt, and I think that doubt would be solved if those two would fight each other. You know, these are two young, successful Black American boxers, and they are in the prime of their careers. There's no reason this fight should not happen. But you know, we know that Gervonta Davis keeps saying that he wants to leave Floyd Mayweather and pursue the biggest fights possible, but he seems not going to be doing that. Mind you, that Rolly Romero and him fought a week before he beat Kambosos in that first fight, and now that he will be fighting Kambosos in a rematch, you know, I just feel like that fight should definitely happen. These two are the best fighters in the division. Devin Haney is a pure boxer with a lot of hand speed and athleticism and great ring generalship, showing he could just dominate a fight with a jab. Gervonta Davis in his last fight showed brutal knockout power and excellent timing. You know, both of these dudes are very skilled and talented. They're the best of their generation, and they're both on pound for pound list. But the problem is, it seems like that Devin Haney wants to fight the best. He wants to fight the Teofimo Lopez, the Ryan Garcias, Gervonta Davis, Vasily Lomachenko, but none of these dudes want to see him fighting. All right, I'm tired of Tank fighting dudes like Mario Barrios, Isaac Cruz, and Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero fight was only justifiable because Rolly Romero is a hilarious trash talker, and you know, you want to see him get knocked out. But nobody knew who Isaac Cruz was or Mario Barrios was. And like I told y'all, Devin Haney was willing to step in to fight Gervonta Davis on that December date. All right. And now we hear Tank, oh, he's in negotiations with Ryan Garcia. Oh, he can fight Isaac Cruz in a rematch if the money is right. I don't want to see none of those fights. You know, the Ryan Garcia fight maybe, because Ryan Garcia is another dude that talks a whole bunch of trash, and he's up a lot of fighters too. But Isaac Cruz fight doesn't really need to happen. You beat the dude with one hand. What else is there really to prove? Yes, it was a competitive fight, but for the most part, you won the fight in 8 rounds to 4 or 7 rounds to 5. Okay, Gervonta Davis, you know, needs to be fighting Devin Haney to prove that he is the best in the division. These two, you know, there's so much potential to have great fights, definitely, but we'll never know, because you know, Tank keeps behind Twitter, making cryptic messages that don't make any sense. Fighting easy marks that people we know he's going to be not making competitive matchups where we think, oh, Tank is going to lose this fight, or he's going to be pushed to his limits, you know. And I know it sounds repetitive, but this is what I really want to see from Tank, because he has so much potential to be a great fighter, to be an all-time great, to make his name in history. But how are you going to do that when you keep fighting dudes that we don't know about? You keep ducking obviously the top boxer in the division. You don't want to fight Lomachenko. You don't want to fight Teofimo Lopez. You want to fight Ryan Garcia and Isaac Cruz in a rematch. You know, it's ridiculous for Tank. That being said, though, wrapping this video up, though, I really hope we can see Tank and Devin Haney fight, provided that, you know, Haney comes in there, whoops Kambosos Sr. again on October 15th. And Tank, he fights Ryan Garcia in December, wherever he's going to fight, and wins that fight, definitely. But, you know, I don't trust Tank to make the best fights possible. I think he's really starting to look like a duck in the sport of boxing. I hate to say that, but it's ultimately starting to look true. But Devin Haney, he should definitely, if he can't get the fight with Tank, he should definitely just go to 140, man. You know, fight WBA champion Alberto Puello, or the winner of Josh Taylor versus Jack Catterall, or Regis Progreras versus Jose Zapata winner. There's a lot of great fights out there for him. But, you know, I think his time at 135 is pretty much done, sadly enough. You know you're that skilled and talented when you have Vasily Lomachenko avoiding to fight you to fight a tune-up fight in Jermaine Ortiz. But, you know, I can't condone that either, because Alexander Usyk just came back from the war to absolutely embarrass Anthony Joshua, okay? Then you got Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia moving to 140, saying that they're done in the division, considering they really haven't done anything in the division, all right? It's just, it's just crazy how many people fear Devin Haney and hate the dude, love to talk trash behind his back and call him out, but they don't never seemingly want to fight him. But to wrap this video up, this is Not Seeming to Dream. Rocking Stairs and They Says to Sleep. I'll hot out with another one. Peace.